had somebody ask you to do something or give them something that you just looked and said, you're thinking to yourself, I don't see this happening. A, because the request is just too bizarre, or B, you just know, A, you don't have the resources to do that, or don't have the skill set to make that happen, or don't even really have the right levels of clearance to actually make this occur. But you still want to humor them a little because they seem rather sincere in their request. I think most parents understand this. When's the last time you were asked for a pony or something, or a new Mustang, Corvette maybe? There are things that, again, as Deacon Jim was saying last week, the difference between wants and needs. And there are times that, yeah, we get some really weird requests. Sometimes on the internet you get them. Hello, beloved in Jesus. Please send me your bank account number so that I can send you from Nigeria $1 million for this wonderful business opportunity. We get these bizarre things. And most of the time we know there's nothing we can really do with them. Sometimes you just have to listen and allow that it's okay to dream, but some things just aren't going to happen. I bet there's even times when we ourselves have really asked something weird. Asked somebody to do something for us that maybe we got the wrong person, or maybe that request just didn't need to happen at all. And of course, this is what happens in today's gospel. A couple of weeks ago, you had the disciples arguing about who was the greatest, almost like a backseat argument. Two kids fighting on the road, deciding who does mommy and daddy love more, who's the better athlete, who's the whatever. But this week, two decide they're going to go front and center. And I love that line. We want you to do for us whatever we ask. Adamant about this. You're going to do for us, Jesus, because you're the magic tooth fairy. You give us all the wishes, whatever it is. And it's like, okay, come on, tell me what is so important that you're going to say whatever I ask. And in one gospel, it's even better because it's their mother that goes and asks for them while they hide behind her. But in this case, it's just the two of them. And they say, we want power, we want authority, we want the recognition. We want to be above these other 10 ding-a-lings. Let us have that. He says, oh, okay. Well, let's see. You able to drink out of my cup? You able to be baptized in the same baptism? And just like eager little puppies, oh, sure, we can do that. It's like, great, you're going to get to do that. And it's not going to be pleasant, by the way. But what you're asking for, not mine to give. Can't do it. You asked the wrong thing. And who knows what the reaction to that was, but we know what the reaction of the other 10 were. I don't know if it seems to me that they are a little indignant, not so much that two people asked for that, but I think they were more and more that they didn't think to ask for it themselves. Why are those two so special? How did they have the courage to ask for something so outrageous? And they get angry, just as most of us would if we saw somebody trying to pull a power play, trying to get more authority than they're entitled to. How many of you can smell a power move from a mile away? And it's really not good, especially if you know you could do it just as well as the person who seemed to make the move first. But then Jesus turns it on their head again. You guys are wrong again. You've got to think about this. I'm not interested in who gets the credit. I'm not interested in who has power and authority. I'm interested in, did we get anything done? And I have to admit, that's a hard thing for even me to digest, because I like to get credit. I like when people notice what I've done. And in my worst moments, when I don't get it, or somebody else gets the credit for something I've done, I have to admit I slink away and sulk. And I know it's wrong. I've missed the point. The very thing that I had hoped to get done, that I wanted to see accomplished, if I just celebrate the accomplishment and not who gets the credit, I'm much happier. I don't feel as bad about myself, and I can look back and say, I was a part of something. It may even have been my bright idea. It doesn't matter. In the cause of Christ, it is accomplishing the things we set out to do that matters. And it's been true for disciples all along. Think of those places where you've been a part of something that succeeded. Whether your name got on the recognition list or not. Doesn't that feel a lot better? Yes, it's nice to get a thank you letter. It's nice to get somebody congratulating us. But I think there's much more of a sense of accomplishment of being part of something amazing. And the places where that's happened for me, I look back much more fondly in those little individual accomplishments that I can look back on now and then. I hope I can catch myself if I ever try to pull a power move. I hope most people would say, nah, he's much more the SermonOctober21. He's moving the pieces beyond the thing, letting somebody else get the credit. But ultimately, the things that we need to look for are, where has Jesus called us into a place of service towards others? Where, when we are part of a community that is service-oriented in helping others, can we ourselves get our needs met? When are those times when, yes, we have an outrageous request perhaps, a need for prayer, a need for a supportive ear, a need for just a little empathy, that because of our union in Jesus Christ, it can happen. We can ask some outrageous requests, and maybe it's just we need to let that request have some airtime, even if we don't think it might actually occur. It can also happen that we can learn what are the real requests when our needs aren't being met, and we learn that difference between want and need. The disciples seem to get it after the resurrection, later. They seem to do a better job of understanding it really doesn't matter who gets the credit as long as the cause of Christ was pushed. And even in our day and age, I'd say the same thing. When I look back at what we do here as a parish family, the outreaches that we do, the in-house stuff that we do, things where we come together, supporting the ECW, supporting fundraisers, just supporting each other in prayer. I don't care who gets the credit. The only credit that matters is Holy Trinity being a happy, healthy parish that promotes Jesus Christ to the best of its abilities. Amen.